You are listening to the No Gimmicks, Just Sweat podcast with your host, Eric Logan. No Gimmicks, Just Sweat is dedicated to hearing the journeys and unique stories behind an athlete's training and what drives them. Get inspired to own your life and make the impossible possible. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Also, please take a few seconds to rate the show and drop me a review. Now, let's get started with the show.
Hello and welcome to another new episode of No Gimmicks, Just Sweat. And today we welcome Victor Garcia III.
Right.
How are you doing?
That's right. Doing good, man. Doing good. Excited to be here.
Good. I love it when people are excited to be here.
Yeah. I've been looking forward to this all week. So, looking forward to chatting with you and going from there.
All right. Well, we're gonna break the ice a little bit. So
Okay.
In the past, I've usually have thrown out just like general questions. This time we're gonna switch it up this season. So we're gonna do 2 truths and a lie. So tell me 2 true facts about you. One of the it's gonna be 2 true facts out of the 3 things you tell me. One of them is gonna be a lie. I'm gonna have to guess which one's a lie, but don't tell me whether I'm right or wrong. We're gonna revisit it back at the end. Okay.
Okay. So 3 statements. Let's see. 3 statements. I'm Puerto Rican and Cuban.
Okay.
I have been deployed with the Air Force Reserve, and I have done a 50K race before.
I'm gonna say the 50K. I have a feeling that might be a dream. I'm gonna say the 50K is the lie.
Okay.
We'll come back to it to kind of see whether I'm right or wrong.
Sounds good. I guess we'll just find out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I love that energy. I love that enthusiasm. I love it.
Oh, thank you. If you guys could see me, I'm sweating bullets right now, but don't worry, I'm good.
You should be sweating bullets. You should be. We're gonna have fun here. We're gonna have fun. We keep it cool.
All right.
So, what I love to do about this, with each one of these shows, is kind of start off by telling me your origin story. I'm a comic book fan. Lifelong comic. I love superheroes, and I see athletes as superheroes. So, what is your origin story? How did you become the athlete that you are today?
Man, I would say I never saw myself ever becoming a runner. I've done sports my whole life, but I would say back in, I think it was 2015 or 2014, there was a half marathon that was going to be taking place at the Air Force Base I was at, and I thought, hey, you know what? That'd be a great challenge. I've always heard about these half marathons and people running. Let's sign up for it. So me and a friend signed up for it, and we did some training, and we did the race. And after that moment, I got hooked. I got hooked on running and running long distances and just challenging myself to see how far my body can go. And ever since then, that's what I've been doing.
Okay. So what's your favorite distance to race? Some people like 5K, some people like 10K, some people like 10 miles, some people like half marathons. What's your favorite?
Yeah, my favorite, every single one though, I'm enjoying it because every single one has a pros and cons to it. I just did, within the past couple months, I did a 5K and I actually trained for it instead of just going into the race blind. I actually trained for it. And, that was the 5K I've done in a while. Before that I did long distance, and I remember my coach saying 5K it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt because you're going full blast. And I was like, she doesn't know what she's talking about, And no joke, that 5K was tough because I was sprinting the whole time, and I'm 5'11", weigh 200, 210. I'm not fast or nothing, but it was hurting sprinting that whole thing, And I remember looking at the watch, and it was like 2 miles, and I'm huffing and puffing. I was like, okay, I got to keep going. I got to get this PR. So 5Ks, I enjoy it, but then they hurt also. But then I also enjoy long distance because you could just put on cruise control, I feel like, and slow and steady. I could take some breaks in the middle, but still work hard. So I don't know, man. I just enjoy all of them. They're all they all got a soft spot in my heart. Okay.
Okay. So here's something, you mentioned, I want to kind of talk about training, and you mentioned coaching. So do you
Okay.
use a coach that, to kind of help
Yes.
you with your running?
Yes, I've been using a coach now for man, dude, I think it's been at least maybe 6 years, maybe 5 years. I can't remember. I would have to do some research, but yes, I do have a coach. Her name is Bree. She's awesome. I wish I would have got a coach a long time ago, just
Okay.
because she really helps me to just keep myself on track, and she can look at all the data and the stats, and see if we need to adjust something within the program.
Okay. So with training, what type of program does she have for you? What does a typical day, week, or month of training look like for you?
Yeah, so my training goes from Monday to Saturday, and then my off day is on Sunday.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm running because I took down some notes because I thought about this question. I run at least 4 times a week.
Okay.
I'm doing the bike at least 2 times a week. Strength training 2 times, and then maintenance work. Maintenance is like using the bands.
Okay.
I'm doing that two times a week.
Okay. So you
So
got you sound like you got a very, detailed plan, a steady plan.
yeah, oh yeah, it's detailed, and it's great for me just because it keeps me on track. That's what I really enjoy. She keeps on track, and there's been times when I slack off and I fall off the saddle, and a couple of days later, coach is texting me, "Hey, what's going on here?" You know, yeah, I haven't seen no work. I'm looking at the at the app. What's going on? I'm like, it's been one of those weeks. Okay, don't worry, I'm gonna get back on the saddle. Okay,
Hey, don't worry
so
about it. We all have those weeks.
yeah, and for me, then also I would say, having a coach, I'm investing money into it, so that's gonna keep me on track to use the programming, and to not slack off. So, because I feel like if I was doing the programming by myself, hey, I might skip a day, and then I'm like, you know what? Let's skip this day too, and then it turns out to be a week. So,
Yep. Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So what app are you using? You mentioned you're using an app with her. So what app are you using?
We're using Training Peaks.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. See,
Hmm.
training peaks, like before we jumped on this call, we were talking about, triathlons and triathletes. See, I told you, see, that's a start. You're dipping your toes in there.
Maybe 2025. We'll see. We'll see. I got, it's hard when you got 3 kids and you're trying to train for just a half marathon, man. A triathlon. Whew, okay.
With the training and also with your coach, does she have you, on a particular diet and try to get you like, certain foods to fuel before your races, like the week of the race? Because I know with me,
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that if I know I got a race, I'm like, okay, I got a race this weekend. So on Monday I need to eat this, Tuesday I need to eat this, Wednesday I need to eat this and that for.
Right. Yeah. When it comes down to race week, she does give me advice on what I should be eating and maybe how much, but it's not. I'm not as strict as most other athletes, I would say. So in regards to the food and consumption, I just try to eat a bunch of food the week of the race, and we'll just see what happens. So
What's your go-to meal after a race? That when you finish.
go-to meal. Let's go with a burrito. A burrito
Okay.
from a good Mexican joint out here. That would be solid.
Okay.
And heck, if I'm starving, I might smash down two. But yeah. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, also In and Out. I don't know if you ever had In and Out
Oh,
Burger or ever heard of it.
I've heard of it, never had it.
All
I'm
right.
actually scheduled to be out on the West Coast at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
That's
Uh-huh.
one of the things I said I'm going to try when I go out there because I
There's
hear
your homework.
too much about
That's your homework. Yes, and there might be some haters out there, but you know what? Hey, it's all right. It's all right. But in and out, can't go wrong there. That's my point of view. If you guys don't like it, sorry.
it. Again,
But
I'm East Coast. We're Georgia. We hear so much about In and Out. It's like, oh, you got to try In and
yeah.
Out. It's a West Coast thing. They're not
Yep, that's
pretending
right.
they're really West Coast. So
That's
I'm
right. That's
curious.
right.
I'm curious.
All right. Well, if you don't like it, just text me and I'll think of something else for you when you come out here.
Okay, I'm gonna send the receipt to you and say, okay, I want a refund.
There we go. There we go.
All right. Do you listen to music when you run? Because I know I'm one of those people that when I'm doing a duathlon, I've gotten to have I can't listen to music because during those races you can't have headphones on. But I know with
Mhm.
running, I'm completely off if I don't have my headphones on. I have to have
Okay.
I have a very specific playlist.
Yeah.
Hard hitting music. I'm a hip hop guy. I'm like the old school
Uh-huh.
hip hop. I have my music playing. That just gets me through, especially during a long run. How about yourself?
Okay. Yeah. So the answer to that, I do listen to music, but here's the thing also. So I play bass guitar. I've been playing for
Okay.
years. Um, but with that in mind, I listen to jazz music. I listen to soft music
Okay.
because if I start listening to anything else like some hip hop or um, let's some bands that I like, then I start listening to the tempo and I start listening to the bass line and then it gets me off track and then I'm running and my RPE is at I don't know level 4 or 5 and I'm supposed to be between 2 and 3. So I listen to jazz music and that way I'm just going nice and steady during my runs.
Okay. Okay. I love jazz. The last year I got back into vinyl, so I've been getting a lot
Hmm.
of jazz albums. Just listen to that, after work. Just to kind of calm down and just
Yeah,
get back.
it's just yeah, it's good just to listen to something different. It's easy going and smooth and I don't know. For me, it calms me down, so that's why I do that.
Now, as far as running, I
Mhm.
I would have to try it because I'm thinking about it's like it would have to be a very up tempo jazz to run. And
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that I set my playlist with certain songs that, like you would say, it keeps it
Mhm.
beat. Because
Right.
I
Right.
remember during one race, a 5K, your 5K, you're going all out. And I don't
Hmm.
know, somehow Miss Chalee's, something in my heart got mixed into that playlist. And I was
Mm.
I'm like, why is a slow jam playing? And I could just feel myself like, I need to switch songs a little more. Switch songs, switch songs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you know what? I'm thinking about that question now. So I listen to jazz music, soft music when I'm running, but if I'm on the bike out there on the road, I'm listening to something that's fast paced actually. So it just varies, I guess, on what activity I'm doing.
Okay. So we're going to still talk a little bit about running. So with running, one thing, everybody has their own shoe, what they got. I don't care who you ask, they're going to tell you they go by this particular shoe, or I go by this particular shoe, or this particular brand.
Hmm.
So what's
Hmm.
your shoe? What's your shoe of choice?
My shoe of choice, I like ultras.
Oh,
I like that. What is it? The
the zero.
box of the shoe. Yeah, but the box, to spread out my toes. That's just my personal thing. I forgot which other shoe I tried to use, and I was just like, I'm not feeling this. So I went back to Ultras, and that's what I've been sticking to, and that's what works out for me. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, shoes are one of those things that if you're a runner, once you find that shoe that just works for you, you stick with it.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
you stick with it. even when you might buy 2 pairs at a time, like, ooh, I like this particular version of the shoe. Let me
Yeah.
go buy another one just in case. And you put that in the back of your closet to kind of have it there. So when
Yes.
the other one wears out, you're just like, hey, I got another pair.
Yes, yes, exactly. And in regards to colors, I don't care. I'm not really big
Right.
on. I don't really care about the colors. But ultras, that's what I'm going with right there.
Okay. Okay. All right. And you mentioned that you bike and you cycle.
Yeah.
Okay. So did that start as, kind of a, cross training that you're like, oh, let me just get a bike and start doing that? Or was that something you were already doing and you just found a way to kind of incorporate it into your day-to-day, regimen?
Yeah, so my coach got me into the cycling. I've always wanted a road bike,
Okay.
and we got a Peloton, when COVID was going on. So I had the Peloton in the basement at the time, and I'm using that. But then, during summertime, spring, I want to be outside. I want to,
Yeah.
enjoy the fresh air. So got a road bike, and I used both of those bikes, and it's been good, and it's just, I don't know, when you're on the bike also, I feel like it's just therapy for me, just to be
Yes.
out,
Yes.
get the legs going and see how far I can go, and listen to some good music at the time.
Okay. What's the longest distance you've ridden on a bike?
The longest I've done, I did it with a bunch of guys. I did 50 miles one time,
Okay.
and funny story behind that was I was on the bike with a bunch of older guys. Okay, I'm 38. These guys are way older. I was the young guy, and I thought I could keep up with these guys. Boy, I wasn't. They worked me hard. They worked me hard because that was the first time I've ever done 50 miles. They were like, "Oh yeah, it's just 50 miles, Vic.
Yeah.
You run all the time. Your lungs are good." I was like, "Yeah, yeah. You know what? You are right." Nah.
Yep. That's how it
After I
starts.
forgot.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot which miles I was at, but I was huffing and puffing, and I said, "Why did I do this? Why did I?" But I stuck it out. I almost died, but that's all right. That's all right.
But you stuck it out with them, and it sounded like they didn't drop you because I know sometimes some groups were like, "Well, he's gone. We're gonna go." It's not like you stuck
I
with
had,
them.
yeah, I had someone with me. They were like, "Hey, stay with Victor. We're gonna keep going a little bit faster." I was like, "Appreciate it, guys. Thank you for not leaving me."
So I'm starting to put some pieces together. Training
Okay.
peaks. You're
Yep.
already a runner,
Yep.
and you got a bike. You
And I
you
got a
get
bike.
so you just missing the swim to do the triathlon, and technically you can
Man.
kind of do athlon if you
Well, you
don't
know
mind.
what? I swam back in high school,
Uh, uh,
so I swam for 3 years. I did. I forgot what it's called, like city league swimming when I was a kid. So I just need to brush it off and get back in the pool.
yeah, see, I tell you, see, triathlete
Hey,
in
maybe we'll see. 2025. We'll see. We'll see.
All right. So, was there anyone that, or that kind of inspired you as a runner or as an athlete?
Anyone that inspires me? No, I do it to just be healthy.
Okay.
I got 3 kids, and I want to be able to later on down the road, play with them still, even if I'm up there in age,
Right.
and be able to, challenge them and beat them. My oldest is 10, and all the neighborhood kids, they're all playing outside, and I'll jump in every once in a while, play some basketball, see if I still got it. So,
Right.
yeah, I guess inspires me maybe my kids, but I just do it just to be healthy, just to be still fit.
Okay. Okay. So, as you get older and as long as you keep running and stuff, you can be that guy that when you're running and you start passing those younger guys and like, yay, you gonna let old man
Yeah,
catch you? What's up?
that's right. That's right. I'm looking forward to those days. Like, hey, come on, son, pick it up, pick it up.
'Cause, I always love seeing older runners, because
Hmm.
I look at them as inspiration for me because when you see that 80-year-old man or 80-year-old woman they might not be the fastest, but they're in the race, they're running, and they're smiling.
Yeah, they're still going. They're still moving the body.
Yep. And for me, that's just inspiration. There was an older duathlete, and that's one of the things I always tell him at every race I see him at. I go, I'm gonna be just like you when I grow up.
Yeah,
and he's in. I think he was like 78, and I'm like, I'm gonna be just like you when I grow up.
Dang, wow,
and I mean,
that's cool.
He comes in last, and we all wait there for him, and he. I mean, it is almost
trucking along.
Yeah, and it's almost he's not breathing hard. He just
just another day for him.
But it keeps him going. It keeps him going.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So, thinking about the inspiration and stuff, is there an athlete, an entertainer, anyone famous that if you had an opportunity to work out with them, go on a run with them, go on a bike ride with them, who would that person be? And it could be someone dead or alive.
Oh man, I should have done some research. And it needs to be in regards to running.
It could be anybody. It doesn't have to be the run. It could be just anybody to work.
All right.
Like for me, I'm a huge fan of Muhammad Ali. I would love to work out with Muhammad Ali.
Okay. How about Steph Curry from Golden State Warriors?
Oh, okay. That's a different one. Okay.
Yeah. I'm throwing a curveball at you, so we're gonna go down that road. Yeah.
Okay, that's nobody. I've had someone mention LeBron, but I've not heard Steph Curry. Okay.
Well, the Golden State Warriors. That's the team out here, not too far from here, and that's my team right there. So.
Okay. So, as athletes, as whether you're a runner, whether you're a cyclist, a triathlete, a duathlete, whatever, we're not perfect, so we do make mistakes. So what's the biggest mistake you've made as a runner over the years? And then I'm going to follow up with what's your biggest accomplishment or the biggest things you went, yes, I did.
Yeah, so the biggest mistake, nutrition, just not eating right, maybe the day before the race and the day of the race, because I wasn't fueled right. So that, made me want to slow down and get tired and so forth. And I didn't really achieve the goal that I wanted. I finished the race, but I didn't achieve that goal. But to recap, when I stuck to the plan and, I'm doing these workouts and waking up early or going to bed late because of these workouts, when it came to the race, I killed it. And I remember I did a race a couple months ago and I felt good about it. It was cool because I was just trucking along and I said, hey, let's slow down. Let's not burn out. And me and hills, I don't do hills. Like when it comes to hills, I start walking. But during this race, there was a hill, and I said, "Hey, you know what? Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving these feet. Let's not go too fast, but let's keep moving." And man, I felt good during this hill. I was like, I'm crushing it right now. Holy cow! And long story short, killed the race. I got a new PR for myself, and I said, man, maybe all this training is working out for me. This is cool.
Okay. Do you have something that's a flex that, other than, just the accomplishments of that, like, hey, this is my flex as a runner?
Flex. Let's see. What do you mean? Let's go into more into detail. Like, what do you mean by that?
What something that you can brag about that you as a runner have accomplished?
Oh man, what have I accomplished?
Yeah, something that you can kind of, that, you go to work on Monday and you go like, hey, what you do this weekend? What? Oh, this is what I did this weekend.
Uh, I guess just what comes to mind is just getting that medal and just looking at maybe my stats on my phone and just saying, hey man, I'm 38 years old and I'm doing this, versus other people that I know that are same age but not not into running, not staying fit. So it's just a good feeling.
Yeah. So are you one of those guys that carries your medal to work and you're up there like, hey?
Nah, man, nah, nah. I'll definitely post about it for sure. But taking the medal to work, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna say that's doing too much, but that's not me. That's not me.
I've seen somebody do that, and I just had to kind of just go,
Congrats, congrats.
yeah, yeah, congrats, great job. All right, so you know, you mentioned you're 38, and I'm
Yeah.
in my 50s. Getting out and running, for it takes some type a type of willpower to get out and do it. And
Hmm.
a lot of times, because I love running, I love cycling. I try to go out and say, hey, you need to go run. Get out, cycle, that fresh air, that sunshine. But a lot of times, people are like, "Nah, that's all right. I'm too old to do that." Oh, I hadn't ran since I was 5 years old. I can't run anymore. I can't do it. So, what's your advice to someone who says that to you that they're too old or they're not able to get out and do it?
Baby steps. There's no need to be trying to go out there and running a full mile at some fast pace. Just go nice and easy. There's no rush. To me, when I'm training, I'm sometimes I think about other runners and I start thinking about the race, but it's just me and myself out there. There's no need for me to be going crazy during my training period. But going back to your question, just I would tell people take it easy. Maybe start off with running for 5 minutes at a nice slow pace, and then 2 minutes of walking. Just take it nice and easy, and then slowly build up. I feel like if you try to ramp up and start going crazy, that's how you're going to get injured, and then you're out.
Yep. I totally agree. That's good advice. So what's on your calendar next? What do you have planned for 2025? What's on that list?
Yeah. Oh, 2025. Um, I haven't even thought about that too much. I know I want to do a 100K race maybe next November. I got a friend that, she twisted my arm and was like, hey, you should do this race. And I was like, let me think about it. Let me pray about this one, okay? Let me see if the good Lord says I should do this race. But I've thought about it. I'm probably going to pull the trigger once the opening signs up. So 100K next November or October. Um, Maybe a triathlon if someone
See?
tells me, hey, here's a good race for you. You should sign up. If I could squeeze it into my life, and I might pull the trigger on that.
See?
Yeah, and then I'm thinking about this right now, like on the spot. I haven't done a full marathon in a while, so I might add that to my list. And I think adding another short distance will be fun, just to get some sprints in and going at a fast pace. But
Okay.
yeah, that's a draft right now of 2025.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there a particular race anywhere in the world or a location that you would want to run? That's your dream. Like if like, okay, I can only run one more race or run in one
Hmm.
more location, what would it be?
Man, so I just saw I forgot which company it is, but there's that one for Sydney. There's the full marathon that they just added.
Oh, they just added to the world majors? Yes.
Yeah, yeah. In Australia, that's on my bucket list. One day, whenever the money grows on trees, I want to go down there and go visit. So when I saw that post, I was like, maybe I should start storing some cash away for this race, Go down to Australia, Sydney, do a race, do some sightseeing, take it off my bucket list. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Before I let you go, 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
Oh, yeah. You were talking about the 50K, right?
All right.
Yeah. So I have done a 50K.
Oh, you have done 50K. Okay.
I have done a 50K.
Oh. I'm trying to think. So.
And it was the first one, Puerto Rican and Cuban. I am Puerto Rican and Cuban. And the other one was, have I ever deployed with the Air Force Reserve? So I currently serve in the Air Force Reserve, but I have never deployed. I've dodged that bullet every single time, unfortunately. So, yep. Well, that's it right there.
Appreciate the service.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your service.
Yes. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it.
So, well, I missed that one, but it was fun. See, I learned something about you.
Yeah. Right. There we go.
All right. So I appreciate you coming on the show. If anybody wants to kind of get in contact with you, if they want to follow you online, how can they do so?
Yeah, I got Instagram, Vic Garcia III. That's my handle right there. You can follow me and go from there.
All right. Victor, thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much. This was awesome.
All right. You have a good one, man.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the No Gimmicks, Just Sweat podcast. We really appreciate everyone who tunes in each week. If you enjoyed today's show, please support us by subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show wherever you listen to podcasts. And remember to tell your friends about the No Gimmicks, Just Sweat podcast, so we can continue to have awesome conversations with everyday athletes just like you. Until next time, have an amazing week.